Agents of Change podcast, where we interview and celebrate the nonprofit world, those they serve, and those who serve them. And today we have Christin Lilly with us. She is a friend of a friend who's become a friend and has actually attended our charitable real estate masterclass and has really gotten a good grasp on what we're doing here with Gifts of Real Estate. Christin, tell us a little bit about your nonprofit to get us started.
So the nonprofit started during the pandemic. There became a need in our community, basically to provide a venue to remind people that we have such lovely local talents and skills here in our area, as well as small business owners that can service and maintain a host and variety of things. And then we also wanted to kind of go back to nonprofits who were kind of losing out on volunteerism and donations. And we just thought, how can we incorporate all of those needs into an event? And SRQ Fashion was developed, and we host events that kind of do all of that, where the intake of money goes directly to a nonprofit each time we rotate. Our goal is to get that nonprofit's message out. But now we kind of have a new need within our community, and SRQ Fashion is evolving to meet that.
Well, we actually met because of the Haven in a fashion show that you did last year. So tell us some of the nonprofits that you've already been working with, the Haven being one of them.
The Haven was one of them. We've also worked with Mothers Helping Mothers, which is a great local organization that helps even beyond mothers. It was great to learn about that organization because I learned just how large of an impact on the community their organization is. Our next one that we're hoping to reach out to is a foster care based program that really helps inspire and encourage kids in the foster care system, because they need that. They need that boost. They need to know the community is rallying around them.
I can't tell you how many people I've met in the last 3 years of doing this that tell me they're starting nonprofits to help foster kids that are aging out of the foster care, because so many of them go straight to jail or homeless or, just all kinds of horrific. So thank you for helping those groups. So what would SRQ Fashion and or your ancillary nonprofits do with $550,000? And remember, friends, the reason we have this specific number is because it is the average donation from one piece of real estate. What would you do with that kind of money?
That kind of money would be transformational, not only for our nonprofit, but our community. As we're looking to evolve and expand to helping our community during our next wave of business and economics, we're looking for a space of our own. So we're looking for land or somewhat of an industrial, just large space that we can use as a community event center, a multi-purpose place that we can use for educational purposes, for the events that we currently are doing to keep doing and have less overhead costs so that more money is going back out into our community. And then also just to bless other nonprofits, having a space that would be affordable for them to use to kind of get their education, their message, and their fundraising causes out there.
Well, friends that are watching, Gifts of Real Estate is something that's been around for 100 years. U.S. government said in 1917, if you'll donate real estate to a 501c3, you get massive tax benefits that you wouldn't normally get. And even though $9 billion a year is donated to nonprofits through Gifts of Real Estate, it's really the secret real estate niche that is funding nonprofits that the majority of us just don't know about. Share with us a little bit about your experience with being at the masterclass, because you were telling me earlier that your mind was blown by some of those stats. What would you tell a realtor or another nonprofit or a wealth manager about getting involved with what we're doing?
I think it is beyond important as a social responsibility for realtors, investors, advisors to sit in on a class. I guarantee you they're going to want to come back for more, because even just as a nonprofit, I was blown away by some of the information, just how easy it is for all this to kind of transact and transpire. And what a beautiful situation it is in that it's a benefit for the donor as a tax write-off. It's a benefit for the real estate agent with the commission, a benefit to any advisors if it comes into an advised fund. And then of course the nonprofits are also benefiting on the back end, and then they're pouring back into the community. It's just this great way of funneling wealth where everybody benefits. And that was just eye-opening and transformative for me to see that.
Well, we were honored to have you sit in on this last class. Anytime we can have a nonprofit, look, realtors, they're like, okay, well, I get paid a full commission to list donations of real estate. Let me learn how I can make money and, I'll help some people out. But when the nonprofit world can say, just because I've never heard of this doesn't mean that it's not happening. Let me learn about this. We are just touched, moved, and inspired to have you in the class. So is there anything else you'd like to share with our friends before we bring this to a close?
I think in all honesty, if you're on the fence about it, they need to take this class. It was just so awesome to hear the information presented in a way that was understandable. Again, I'm not a real estate agent. I'm not a financial advisor. But it came across in such a way that I feel comfortable and able to go out and share it with other people in those fields. And then I also know who to refer to when it's questions that are beyond my knowledge. So just an overall great concept, great class. And I encourage everyone in all levels throughout that whole transactional process to become informed about this.
Well, and I appreciate you saying that, because our book, Real Estate's Hot, Fundraising is Not, was written to be simple and easy to understand. There's all kinds of books on tax law and all that stuff if you really want to get into the weeds about this. But just to understand the concept, that's why the book was written, to be so easy to understand. So, well, friends, there you have it. There are real agents of change in this world who want to make it a better place than when they got here, including myself. And we at the Real Agents of Change, our goal is to donate $1 billion a year just from our own people, $1 billion a year to the nonprofit world, which translates into $50 million a year in real estate commissions, besides all the other ancillary businesses that make money making a difference. If you think you have a nonprofit that would benefit, or if you have been served by a nonprofit and would like to share your story, or if you're a business or a volunteer that supports a nonprofit that needs to have a light shined on them, please feel free to reach out to us. Christin, I can't wait for us to do an event where we simply invite the public to learn how these gifts of real estate can transform this county, this community, these causes, careers, and companies that we all care about so much. Thank you so much for what you do. And I'll see you on CS the Key very shortly.
Sounds great. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.